Hi guys. This is the second go. I've, I did a recording and realized my mic was very far away from my mouth. Um, anyway, I've been working on some things in the background. I've reformatted both of the books that I've written, and uh, also published both of them in certain formats. Two of the formats are in review, and I'll show you that right here. Um, if I can do it without closing out a window. Okay, so thanks, Amazon. Why you refresh the page? Why are you showing me Lilo and Stitch? What is happening? Okay, I don't know what that is. That's never happened. But anyway, here's to the Last Days Church. I revised and reformatted the text so it's easier to read, and also added some photos that I had to fill in some of the blank spaces. And here's the big boy book, the Infinite Affinity. The Kindle ebook is live on Amazon and paperback also. The hardcover is in review, but just so you know, these prices, they're on Amazon, but these prices were pretty much as low as they would let me go, uh, while incorporating a triple number. So the printing costs and distribution stuff is kind of insane. But the ebook is available for to the Last Days Church, and I'll provide both links in the description of this video, and they're also on the homepage of the YouTube. But anyway, hopefully, sometime this week, these will both clear review and everything will be available. So, um, also, I wanted to say, my webcam. I live in an RV, and I'm not always going to be looking at the webcam. Probably rarely, in fact. It's I had to build like a bracket for my laptop that I'm streaming off of, and my microphone is like attached to my bed, and the camera is like hanging off to the side of the bracket for the laptop. So I haven't found a better position for it yet, but maybe I'll be changing that in the future. I do really want to start uploading more consistent content, and the way I'm going to do that is by this format. I plan on reading through Infinite Affinity in uh, probably chapters at a time. Hopefully, I'll be able to upload a new video every day or every other day, depending on how much time I have, because I do also work whenever work is available. But I'm also going to read through To the Last Days Church at some point. But um, I'm probably going to read through the prelude of this, and maybe a little more, and then uh, hopefully I'll be able to just continue on throughout the book, and upload in a consistent manner, because I do want to provide some consistent content to the channel. And I don't remember if I said this already. I remember this is my second recording, so uh, I did reformat this book. I originally wrote it in 2019, and since then we've learned a lot. 2020 taught us a lot about our experts and the people in power, and who is worthy of trust or not, which are none of them basically. But I revised some things about politics and Trump and stuff like that we used to believe back then that we now see clearly, thanks to 2020 clear vision. That's not a coincidence. There are no coincidences. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go ahead and start reading here. This is the back cover of the paperback and the hardcover. I included it in the ebook as the second page, but here we go. From a drug-induced psychological hell to a full-fledged awakening of God's presence and love. This testimony is purposed to show God is in the most trying and troubling times of your life, that there is hope when your mind relentlessly convinces you otherwise, that there is no darkness in which God will not find you. God is worthy of trust when even your own mind is not. He will never let you go. When your faith fails, His will not. We are made blind to our path in order to more clearly see there is one who guides us. Those who have walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death, upon them the light has shined. Isaiah 9:2. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5 and 6. And here's the index. These are the different, chapters. The prelude, which this is page number 3. So the prelude's what's coming up next, but you got the call, blessing in disguise, flashback, dawn of a new day, the times, the human condition and the enemy, the truth, personal prophecy, infinity, the golden ratio, vortex mathematics, triple numbers, how all of it started, and parting wisdom. So, this is a faith-based journey, an articulated case for the truth of ages. The truth of Christ stands apart from every religion as the only truth that hinges not upon the action of man to reach God, but the action God took to reach and redeem man. The truth of faith is not preying upon weak and vulnerable minds in pursuit of control. Rather, truth is always in sight, but impossible to see unless we're made humble and pure of heart by the trials of life. This is a journey for open hearts and minds, by which truth and wonder can be found. The definition of infinite is limitless or endless in space, extent, or size, impossible to measure or calculate. The definition of affinity is a spontaneous or natural liking of or sympathy for someone or something. A relationship, especially by marriage. In biology, the strength by which two or more molecules interact or bind. And I didn't know all that before I titled the book. It's not, it was, it rhymed with infinite or infinity, so I thought it was kind of cool title. Anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and read the call and maybe end it off of that. I need to express a longing that has existed in my spirit for a very long time, something of which I'm not certain how to express, as God speaks to every individual differently and in relation. I need to express something inexpressible. This might be a futile effort. However, I would live in regret if I did not at least try to correct the notion that God is only in distant observation of our lives, with His ever-present truth, and which has become my very purpose of living. I've never been a fan of wasted effort. If I am involved in a thing by choice, it's with excessive amounts of passion, and I often don't know when to stop. So finding eternal things can be the basis of which to live life was naturally captivating to me. As I grow in my relationship with God, I see the spiritual being in ways and depths I never could have imagined. Well, I messed up there. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. I think I meant to put revealed. I see the spiritual being revealed in ways and depths I never could have imagined. That's unfortunate. I proofread this. Anyway, this revelation and growth have phased gradually in wave-like increments over time. Bits and pieces surface to sight that I almost never understand at the time, but being met with other pieces serve to form an image of complete divine control and unimaginably beautiful plans to be experienced by all who trust in and wait upon him. I would feel as though I'm cheating everyone I know if I do not at least attempt to share the things I've been shown. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said to me, "See, you do it not. I am your fellow servant, and of your brothers that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy." Revelation 19:10. The testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. Notice it doesn't say the testimony of Jesus is a spirit of prophecy. No, the testimony of Christ in any respect and application is the spirit of prophecy. Prophecy is the revelation of God and his character to men. Essentially, prophecy is the only way we could ever know there's a God to begin with. It's his signature and proof, mystically and mysteriously interwoven into any individual's life who chooses to see. However, prophecy requires a constructional preface before understanding fluently. It takes time and perseverance to uncover. God sometimes seems silent, like when you spend several years in prayer for something you eventually lose hope in never receiving. There never goes an unanswered prayer, although the answer is not always pleasing. He's often more interested in using a struggle to change your nature than to remove your problem without a fight. There are also times in which you are not yet ready to steward what you are asking for. His nature is one of subjecting you to certain characteristics, establishing situations to prepare you to properly handle the gift instead of being destructive of it as you would at the time of first asking. However, if you're asking for something that will not be beneficial to you and could even harm you, he protects you from yourself. I don't plan to cover every aspect of what I know of God in this because it's simply impossible. You could never fit the infinite qualities of God into a finite book or even an infinite one if such existed. Something infinite simply can't be contained by definition. Pure and simple, yet utterly complex. Even the Bible is limited to this. It can identify some of the characteristics of God, but it can't confine them. Fitting everything of God into a book of any size would be like trying to fit the entire universe into a grain of sand. So instead of trying to fit him into this book, I want to instead share critical things he's brought to my attention about the times we're in and certain behaviors of men which have masqueraded as the will of God and religion for thousands of years. In order to know truth, the lie must be destroyed. He blinded me so I could see. He alone is all we need. So that's this will be the next phase that I read through, and this is my testimony of when he really got a hold of me, and it was a uh, really scary point in my life, probably the scariest time that I've ever experienced, but also it was the biggest blessing in disguise that I can't even describe. So, unfortunately, I am going to take note of this error here, and I'm gonna fix that wherever it is. Anyway, right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna fix that, and I'm gonna have to resubmit to publish. So uh, the ebook may be available pretty quickly, but the uh, paperback is gonna be another day or two. So sorry about that. Anyway, uh, thank you guys for listening and your interest, and uh, I'll be uploading more consistently from now on since I've gotten things kind of under control. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. God bless. Keep fighting the good fight. And if I don't see you next time, I'll see you in the air. Peace.